Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your TV box. First, in order for you to connect online with your TV box, you're going to need either a Wi-Fi connection or an Ethernet connection. The Ethernet, it's like the little phone wire here, it's much bigger. You connect it to your TV box and the other end to your modem or router. As far as your Wi-Fi, you have two options with Wi-Fi. You have your phone hotspot and you have your Wi-Fi by way of your cable, internet, or your phone/DSL internet. Those two are cable and DSL, far better than your phone Wi-Fi in most cases. Now, if you were to use the Ethernet option, you would get a long enough Ethernet cord. You would connect your Ethernet cord in your little box where it says Ethernet, and you attach the other end into your cable modem or your DSL router or modem. Now, and if you're like most who have Wi-Fi, you're going to need to connect your box to your TV. When connecting your TV box to your TV, first thing you're going to connect would be your HDMI cable. This is your HDMI cable. You're going to connect one end to your television and the other end to your TV. And when you connect your other end to your TV box, you're going to notice in the back here, it's going to say HD. So you connect one end here and the other end in back of your television. Once you've connected your HDMI to your TV and to your TV box, you're going to connect your AC adapter. You're going to connect this end into your wall or power source. And you're going to connect this end into your TV box right here on the side. Next, after you connected your power, you're going to find the source on your TV. So as far as finding the TV source, you go to your television and you look on your remote or the back of your TV, however side of your television, and you click the source. Let me see here, for example, that's one. Let's say, for example, that's TV. Okay, that's not what I want, but that's TV. Now that's HDMI 1, HDMI 2, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go back to HDMI 1, and I'm on my TV source. Once you found your correct TV source, you will see this screen that's here in front of you. That's the home page for the TV box. Next, you want to get your keyboard. You want to open your keyboard, take the back cover off your keyboard, and you're going to remove your receiver. This in here goes into your little box. You're going to put your cover back on. Okay, put the cover back on. You're going to attach this to one of your USB ports on your box. Give me a second. You have 3 here and you have one on the side. So you're going to attach this in one of these. Now that's attached. Once you've attached your receiver to your box, you should be able to control your TV box by way of your keyboard. Of course, you have your remote, but the keyboard is much easier, and I'm going to show you why. First thing you want to do, you want to go inside Settings. That's Settings. I'm going to click OK. Now, here in Settings, you have Wi-Fi to your left, and you have Ethernet to your right. Now, if I were to connect my box by way of Ethernet, I would click over to Ethernet. I would click OK. Wait for it to connect. And it's connected. If I were to connect my box by way of Wi-Fi, I click to the left, I click Wi-Fi, I wait, now I have my Wi-Fi options. If you were using your phone hotspot, you would go into your settings, Wi-Fi settings, get to your Wi-Fi, your hotspot, click your Wi-Fi, turn your hotspot on, and you would see it. It would be one of the options. So let's say my Wi-Fi, now that's Xfinity. If you're an Xfinity customer, for the most part, you can use their Wi-Fi if you're not at home and you have your account information. If you're home, if you're using your Wi-Fi, either cable or DSL, in my case, I'm going to click. All right, now see that green box? I'm going to click to my right, get to the green box. I'm going to click it, open it. I'm going to type in the password, and I'm going to use the keyboard because it's much easier to use the keyboard opposed to using the regular remote that you get with the box. So once you type in your password within that green box, you can click show password. I'm going to click it so that I can see the password. And once I type it in again, I go down and I click the OK for connect. Now sometimes some people will click the wrong one. For example, when they're trying to click their particular Wi-Fi, instead of clicking their particular, they're down here somewhere clicking someone else's and wondering why it's not working. So you want to make sure you're on the correct one. In my case, right there, D and G. Once I'm there, I click to my right, click it, type in my password. Then once I've done it and I have the correct password, I click connect now. Wait for it to connect, and it says Wi-Fi connected. Once connected, I'm going to click the escape right here to your left and get back to my settings. I'm in settings. I'm going to click settings again because I want to change the time. All right. Now, in order to change the date and time, I go over to other. 1, 2, 3. I'm in other. Then I'm going to come down. I'm going to click down. And since I'm in more settings, I'm going to click OK. Now, I'm going to look for date and time. I'm going to scroll down till I get to date and time. Date and time. I click it, and at the top you're going to see automatically set the time. So when you're online, when you connect it by Wi-Fi or Ethernet, it'll automatically set the time. So I go here, do what I have to do, find my time zone, so on and so forth. And once everything is set, I'm going to hit my escape until I get back to my settings, my home page. So if you connected it properly, here's how you can check to make sure you have an internet connection. I'm going to go down to the web browser. That's the web browser. When I click it, if I see Google, well, not necessarily, but I'm going to type something in. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention your mouse. Your mouse attaches to one of the USB ports on your box. So you would attach your mouse to one of the USB ports on your box, like so. Now, I'm going to check to see if my internet is working. As I said earlier, I'm going to go in the web browser. I should see Google first. You always see Google first. So since I don't see Google, most likely my Wi-Fi is not connected properly. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to check again my Wi-Fi. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to exit. Hit the return or escape. I'm going to go over here to settings, and as I can see, I'm up here. I'm at the top. It's Xfinity. I don't want Xfinity. Yeah, although I can use my Xfinity account number, I want to go directly to my Wi-Fi, which is here. I'm going to type in my password. Give me a second. Once I've typed in my password, I'm going to go down. I'm going to click connect. And if it's done successfully, it should be at the top. My Wi-Fi, which is a DNG, should be at the top. So give me a second. And as you can see, it didn't work. So I'm going to try it again. Now let me see if that works. Now, and as you can see, the second one from the top, it has the check. So wherever the check is, see that check to your left, that green check? That check means that's the Wi-Fi spot that's connected to your box. So since it's connected, as you can see, at the top, you don't see the check by the Xfinity. You don't see the check by the others. You see the check by the DNG. So now that it's connected, I'm going to escape. I'm going to check to make sure I'm getting a connection. I'm going to go over to the browser. When I click it, if it's connected, I should see Google. All right, move that out the way. That's cool. And as you can see, I see Google. So if I were to type something at the top here with the remote, I can use the remote at the bottom to click individually, one letter at a time. That's time consuming. So that's why it's always best to have a keyboard. So I'm going to type in Baltimore. And once I type it in, I'm going to click OK. And there you have it. So now that I know I'm connected to the internet, I'm going to go back. I'm going to escape. Hit escape. Go back to my main page, my home page. And I'm at my home page. And I'm going to go to Kodi. See that K? That's Kodi. That's where you're going to find all your movies. I'm going to click it. Wait for it to load. Sometimes when you click it, you might see a little ad. Would you like to donate? Blah, blah, blah. For the most part, you're not going to donate. So you're going to click. Wait for this to load. Give me a second. So you're not going to click it. And you're just going to click no. And you're going to go to your page. So I'm here. This is the beginning. This is where you start. Right here, I'm going to click over to videos to start. That's where you would start. Now, over to your left, now there's that page I was telling you about. All right, so you see to your right at the bottom, and you got your left. In the right at the bottom, it will say remind me later. The left, you click over to your left, and you want to click dismiss. I click and it's gone. Now it's loading up. If I wanted to exit, I'm gonna click down, click that, that's exit. There are a couple ways of exiting it. I can simply get the remote and click home, and it's gonna take me, watch, straight back. Or that's the fastest way. Now, if I were to exit here, I would go down to the power, to the exit icon, click it. It's going to ask me to click exit. Yes, I'm going to click it again. And it takes a couple seconds for it to exit. But again, it's much faster if you were to grab the remote and just click. Where is that? Simply click the home button. So I'll do it one more time. All right, so instead of going down to click this, I just simply click this, one click in a couple seconds, and I'm there. So again, in order to make sure, before you go into Kodi, you want to make sure you have an internet connection, either your by way of your cable or your DSL. Worst case scenario, your hotspot on your phone. And again, you're going to check. You check your web browser. That's the icon for a web browser. You're going to check it by clicking it. And if you see the Google, you know you have a connection. I'm going to click escape. Over here, if I wanted to add more icons up here, for example, I'm going to click it. Now let's say if I wanted to add, let me see, let's say Netflix. If I wanted to place Netflix, I click it, there's a check. Let me see, I'm just going to add some, I'll throw Crackle on there. There's Facebook. All right, where is Messenger? Okay, since I don't see the Messenger, so what will I do? First, I'm going to exit. Okay, now I have these extra icons. Now, if I wanted to add Facebook Messenger, I click it. I'm going to go in, I'm going to go into the Play Store. Okay, Messenger. Let me find it. Now, although this, I can use this as a mouse, see? Where is it at? Give me a second. Where is, there it is, my mouse. All right. That's time consuming. I don't like that. For example, if I want to go there, I click it. Now I can backspace, or I can just type in Messenger. And okay, there's Messenger. I'm going to find it, click it, and I'm going to download Messenger. I'm going to download it, or you can download it, either or. Just make sure, problem with downloading it, if you download it and someone else is using your box, someone else is watching your box, whenever you get messages, it's going to pop up. So you might want to be careful. So you would do this. You would download it same way as you would download it to your phone. Once you download it, all right, let me see. Now, I'm using my finger. I like the mouse because I can go, give me a second. When you have the mouse attached to your box, it's much easier than using your finger. You know how people will have a laptop and they use the finger and move around as for a mouse. But connecting a real mouse to your box, it's much faster. So if I wanted to just click, I just click it, let it load. Once it loads, I go out and I click. Let me see, give me a second. Once it loads, I look for it. So once you've downloaded your Facebook Messenger icon, it's downloaded. I put a check, I exit, or I hit escape, and there it is. Now let's say if I wanted to remove one of these icons. All right, let's say if I want to remove Crackle. I click the plus, I find Crackle, I click OK to remove this check. Let's say I'll remove another one. I click that to remove, because if it has a check, it's gonna be in the front in your home page. So I want to remove it, and then I click escape, and as you can see, they're gone. That I don't want this. The installer, if I want to remove the installer, it's like if I have apps on a card, on an SD card or something. Let me see. There we go, right there. Take that check out, hit escape, and there you have it. So now you know. Then again, because I unplugged my box, I noticed the time. Look at the time. I'm going to change that time. Well, that's 12. Let me see the time format. Give me a second. Okay, I'm going to exit, escape, and give me a second, I did it again. Oh, well, that's no problem. Well, I know it's 12:04. All right. All right, try this one more time. Okay. Now 12:04 instead of 00:04, 0400 or whatever. So I have a 12:04. I have my correct date, so on and so forth, and I'm cool. So that's how you set up your box. I hope you found this informative.